Hello, I'm Tom Meeks, and this is 3D Design for Fun and Life, featuring Moment of Inspiration, using the uniquely easy noun and verb method.
This session is Circles Noun Group.
Circle nouns are among the most used 2D shapes in Moment of Inspiration. They can be the basis for some amazingly complex 3D shapes. Circles can be created using one of the 4 circles methods. The 4 methods for creating circles are center, diam or diameter, 3 points, tan or tangent. All nouns are on Toolpad 1. We expand Toolpad 1 by clicking on Tab 1, Draw Curve. We will select the Circles noun group by clicking on the Circles button. The toolpad expands further, and all of the methods for creating the circle noun are revealed. To create our first circle, we'll use the center method. Using the center method, we will first select a center point and then specify the size of the circle as either a radius, diameter, or circumference. When we click on Center, the Center Circle dialog box appears at the top right of the screen. It prompts us to pick center point. We also see that there is one option, vertical. We'll discuss this after we create the first center circle. We can select any point in the view window as the center point. We see 2 text boxes. The first text box is labeled either radius or diam, and the second text box is labeled circum for circumference. We can toggle between radius and diameter by clicking on the word radius or diam, and the prompt reflects the change to the selected measurement. We'll use diam. Depending on the label of the first text box, the message now says either pick radius or pick diameter. We can size the circle in one of 3 ways. We'll demonstrate each. First, we can use the mouse, and the size is reported in the text boxes. Next, we can enter a value in the first text box and hit enter. Entering a value is the most precise way to define a circle. We'll type 30 in the diam text box and hit enter. Or thirdly, and new to version 4, we can enter a value in the circumference text box and hit enter. That's all there is to creating a center circle. Normally, we would want to name our new circles. But since our circles are only being used as examples, we'll skip naming the circles to save time. When we select an object, the size is shown in the Object dialog box. In the case of a circle, it is reported either as a radius or a diameter. Click on the size line of the Objects dialog box, and the Edit Size dialog box pops up. While in the Edit Size dialog, we can toggle between the 2 different measurement types by clicking on the label just to the left of the size. We can also resize the circle by entering a new value in the text box. As we change the value, it is immediately reflected in the object itself. Change the measurement type to diam, and try first resizing the circle to 10 millimeters and then to 20 millimeters. We close the Edit Size dialog by clicking on the X in the top right corner. New to version 4 of Moment of Inspiration is a Details button. This is extremely useful because if we click on this button, we find another button that allows us to calculate the circumference of the circle and save that value to the computer's clipboard. There is one option available for center circles, the checkbox labeled vertical. The vertical checkbox flips the circle 90 degrees to point vertically up from the plane. This allows us to angle the circle as we create it. And don't forget about the repeat option just under the Objects dialog box that is available to all nouns in Moment of Inspiration. It can be a real time saver when we need to create multiple center circles. When we click on Diam, the Diameter Circle dialog box appears at the top right of the screen. Notice that the vertical option is also available in the Diam method. The prompt says, pick first diameter point. We can choose any point in the view window as the first diameter point. The prompt changes to pick second diameter point, and we can use the mouse to both size and position the circle. While we do not have a size text box in the diameter dialog box, we can enter a value into the distance box under the view window to lock in a size. Let's enter 20 in that text box and then move the mouse. Notice that all we can do now is set the position as the diameter size is constrained to the value we entered. Clicking the mouse creates the circle noun. 3 points. The 3 points method is similar to the Diam method. When we click on 3 points, the 3-point circle dialog box appears at the top right of the screen. Notice there is no vertical option for 3-point circles. The prompt says, pick first point on circle. We select any point in the view window as the first point. The prompt changes to pick second point on circle, which we will do. The prompt changes once again. It tells us to pick third point on circle. We use the mouse to locate the third and final point, sizing the circle. Clicking the mouse creates the circle noun. The 3 points method is excellent for tracing circles in images. Tan or tangent. The final method for creating circle nouns requires previously existing objects. When we click on tan, the tan circle dialog pops up and we are prompted to pick first point on a curve. The curve can be any 2D shape. We'll select one of the existing circle nouns. The prompt then changes to pick second point on a curve. While we could select a different point on the same object, we will select a point on another existing circle noun. The prompt then changes to pick radius. We can either enter a radius in the radius text box or move the mouse to define the radius. We'll use the mouse to demonstrate that our new circle will only work if the new circle adheres to both originally selected objects. If the mouse defines a radius that does not work, the previous circle disappears. As you can see, the 4 methods of creating circles in Moment of Inspiration gives us a lot of capabilities for handling a variety of situations. And this is true for most of the Moment of Inspiration 2D noun drawing tools. This is 3D Design for Fun and Life. 3D Design courseware based on Moment of Inspiration by Tom Meeks.
Circles are a very important noun group in Moment of Inspiration. In fact, there are many projects that rely solely on circles to create our 3D designs. This clock, for example, was created entirely using circles as the basis for design. And these PVC pipe connectors and mounts were based entirely on 2D circle nouns. Each circle method has a unique role in ensuring your 3D design success.